Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Tim Davie has so far failed to answer a key question over the Huw Edwards scandal, a Radio 2 host has said. The BBC Director General has admitted he knew of Edwards' arrest for receiving indecent images of children in November. He also revealed it would be impossible to claw back the salary paid to the disgraced newsreader between the time of his arrest and April, when he quit the BBC. Edwards is understood to have received around £200,000 over the 5-month period and remained one of the BBC's highest-paid presenters. But Radio 2 host Jeremy Vine today urged the BBC to shed light on whether bosses asked Edwards if he was guilty when they were made aware of the police probe. Speaking on his namesake Channel 5 show, Vine said, "You can't justify paying him beyond November if you know he's guilty." He added, "We need to find out if the BBC said, 'What, were you arrested for and are you guilty?' If he said to them it's for these serious offenses, but I'm not guilty, then I would think you could start to take action to get the money back. Because that clearly is a lie. He's admitted he's guilty. I don't know whether the BBC asked him are you guilty, because you can't justify paying him beyond November if you know he's guilty." He also said it had been a bad week for the BBC, and he couldn't believe it when he found out bosses had been aware of the arrest since November. It comes as Edwards is facing increasing calls to return the £200,000 earned while under arrest. Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy today said it is not a good use of taxpayers' money. She added, "I think he ought to return his salary. I think having been arrested on such serious charges all the way back in November, to continue to receive that salary all the way through until he resigned is wrong, and it's not a good use of taxpayers' money. I think most people in the country will agree with that, but whether he does that or not is up to him." She hauled in Mr. Davie for a meeting on Thursday to address concerns over the BBC's handling of the scandal. When asked about the meeting, Ms. Nandy added, "We had a very robust and frank discussion about the circumstances around the case, and some of the decisions that have been made during that case and also since." Mr. Davie said the BBC would look at all options when it comes to retrieving the money paid to Edwards, but admitted it would be challenging. He said, "No one likes to see this situation. But these are unfortunately the specifics of how it works. We can't claw back the pension, it's very difficult, nigh on impossible. I think when it comes to pay, again, legally challenging, but we'll look at all options." Addressing why he had kept quiet about Edwards' arrest, he said the BBC was not sitting on anything that I think we need to share with the police, or is of a serious nature that would make me feel that we hadn't followed up properly. He added, "I can categorically say that when it comes to the offenses we've seen, which are truly horrendous, any evidence that is out there is not in the hands of the BBC. If I saw evidence of that, that is not a complicated decision." By Tom Seward. This is the latest in a long line of pedophile scandals dating back decades to have marred the BBC's reputation. Jimmy Savile's shocking crimes rocked the corporation in 2012, when the presenter was revealed to be a prolific sex offender. Savile, who died in 2011 before the allegations became widely known, is thought to have assaulted up to 450 young people, with police recording 31 allegations of rape against him. His crimes stretched back to 1955 and allegations included the abuse of desperately ill children and necrophilia. Jonathan King, BBC presenter and music impresario, was jailed for 7 years in 2001 for molesting 5 teenage boys in the 1980s. Thick of It actor Chris Langham was caged for 10 months in 2007 for downloading child sex abuse images and videos. It's a Knockout star Stuart Hall got 30 months in 2013 for indecent assaults on girls. Original Radio 1 presenter Chris Denning was caged for 13 years in 2014 for abusing 26 boys from 1967 to 1987, and got another 13-year sentence 2 years later. He had also done jail time in the 1980s for assaulting boys. And shamed presenter Rolf Harris was jailed for 5.5 years in 2014 for molesting 4 young girls, including one.